your work.
My work, which I'm very grateful for. He did. In fact, when I invited him at that time, he had issue with his thoughts. He said he will still come. He came and he campaigned, and he said very kind words about me. He at a point during the presidential primary, he said certain things about me which I came out to say that they were not true. One of which, you just mentioned. Yeah. And in response, I've heard him say that I said that.
You said somewhere that you were raised or brought up well and not read.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you say that?
Yes, but he said it in the context. Not
Why did you not referring to him?
Yeah, because when he said some things about, he was in Kumasi and said some very disparaging things about me.
About you?
Exactly. And that was when he said that I live in his friend's house and all that. So I wanted to respond. A lot of people, many Ghanaian prominent people called me and said, don't respond to him. Okay. But I thought certain allegations had to be responded to. So when I was speaking to the interviewer in Kumasi, I wanted to assure those people who had called me not to respond to him that, I'm here not to have any banter with my senior in parliament, not to, and somebody who is way older than me, not to have any, and the way I was brought up, there's no way that I can insult or attack someone who is older than me. And I was brought up well. I was not trained to insult people. So there's no way that I was going to insult him or speak in the same manner that he did against me. Yeah, so it was more of an assurance that I was giving to people who had advised me.
Upon hindsight, do you think
on rental housing?
Okay.
And that is why government has introduced the National
Rent Assistance Scheme. How many persons have benefited from that scheme, Mr. Minister?
May have some data.
Okay, sure.
It was started, interestingly, exactly a year ago.
The National Rent Assistance Scheme.
The Vice President launched it 31st January last year. And yesterday was exactly 1 year.
1 year.
So far, 1,393 as at 31st December 2023. Ghanaians.
1,393
people, Ghanaians.
So these are not party people.
No.
And you don't give it to party people.
No. It's being run by a private company. And they have a number on their website. When you apply, they assess you. If you qualify, then you.
So since last year, January,
1,393. As I said, nobody has come to me to seek assistance because you can go and do it. Nobody has come to me to seek assistance.
The National Rent Assistance Scheme.
Yeah, rent.
So you give them money, you support them. How does that work?
Okay, so it's all about this rent advance payment. In Ghana, when you want to rent, you say, pay 2 years advance. That's what the landlord wants. But it's difficult to tell the landlords not to do that because you don't have enough of the houses. So as we seek to address the housing deficit, you introduce this scheme.
Oh, and then another danko kufuado nenam. I don't know how to cast a sebi unipa da kukra. Ubia or the Namedi Edrianimu. Ubia unim dear. Enna eba mamu near year. Any panu a bata hunu bia on a contribution. Na could we be? In this abbey, a baby, we no be we no was o ampa, the old betchere me, any meniswa di hum far. Nature see a coyanim no. Minim said the old Becassa will be dovetailed into our manifesto. Ebeye the pillar ye di beginners or casa. Na yemia or becassa for bian. So far as ya, why you involved in this government are policies and programs and interventions do one waka umbino. Was our beshenima ama a babe from say team. Said the mrebo throw questions my papa misata. Yamin the currencies who me yano went to me man. Yet the baby are NDC ebeyo matipaye. Because we say woman do ni bibia wo de begina so akasa. Former President Dramani Mahama. Now say me ko to assembly Nelson Mandela kind. Or see any man who changes his principles, depend on whom he's dealing with, is not a man who can lead a nation. This is what do baby. ohwe ho na mo abodua na ohwe mu a na wakasa mu ebeto mo aso na no obo play teacher for am say da bi crash ho de ma ho yesrew say language examination no e obi twam enom say da bi crash enyo na de bae na wo ho no wa implement aba boaye unim say aka ne obi wie private college of education say e kra be absorb no kra na edin
yeah
enyo munya ho mfaso yenu anu mutu kwa manone a omokopa chirechire adwuma through that language examination no omunya ho mfaso uduru ha na metwa we say meduru ha na meye say no okoye na ya asorefo no mkohia no nti oni option dan zo be ka say LGBT no ompene so ba rafo yina no say obi a wutimi no obi konakra na mu de e de nene ukoduru ba bia say wo twe ho afiri ho unim kra Ghana fo na nando dan kokufado nkogina ba bia nka say won sign anase bia o man no ye de LGBT ye beye oyine ba nti ye ka nyina na say onya kasa wie say de na Dr. Fuku kanu akasa ye ya ye wo fom a ye bebo ho dawro ye beto ye bo ase ni atase ni nyina ba akom yenu miensa areas bi wo na wonya ade wo ho a enkokasa wo ho ya na ye co platforms so say de no wo kanu a na kwa ye chinyije me wo mo tie me especially when I meet NDC obi anim ba bia me communication me drive to me ma kwan e ma wo me ye wa chinyiye say timi nya bibi nka na wo ka fax afi no betwintwa wa name I always put them in order because who started with facts now kasa na niema ayaye no bo hu dawru na wo di ehun adanse die ba afi no mu pese o mu se nkomo no entinsim sa bi
good
na ye mo niema wo de beba no hu dawru na nim se niema ebebe no ebe ya dia obi a wo man mu bia benya ho mfa so already policies ya ba ni nyina no eye more of say eboa ahiafo ene mobrafo sometimes ya na ebinimo kasa ene free senior high school ene die wo hini ba tamokra na eni ho na ndisi wo mo amamu tesen e ba yi senkrofo so wo mpa day in day out enrollment no rise you start almost about 800 and I rise to almost about 1.4 million kade ni nya enka senka ye nkoyenim
sure
we dey ya policy bia na se program bia dey nya 100%.
But of
kai say na bisua no hini ba ya nom so prospectus ni ade if it tete ne to ye ni say
admission fee
ni to me misika me nya admission na my school fees e 250 pesos na me ma mini ho eni me prospectus na 5 cedi me wo fa ya adofo nya me fa ne crazy otutu na buru mako pore 30 bags ansa na onya 5 cedi cedi mako school womo papa mo enya sa 250 pesos yi ene me cost cha from prince ya me nua kwa brainstem da bia me ba na mabom kwa na me chia no pai womo da so ne nam ho enti sikai eye poverty reduction strategy ya dia ba efie bia mo nya ho fa so bas branding nam ho ne ni petiti taka ho enso so ne nya nkonwa wo sa cha from place e de na ye ma ho na do dan kwa akufo de chance ya no wo say me ba we an meye oba e no ni sika kro e wo confess wo say meye watimi aye ma papa we emeye niema wo ka 24 hour economy zero Dr. Fu ko ka zenye policy ade hu ye dada ene egusu a ya na ye hihye fom nti wantum ni ka me die ni mu ameka ze meye hu adwuma wan hwe ya na wanya bibia amfa ama na nka policy a ye be ya ukɔhye ho ntare de sikrum ze ne bo hu what be that
don't go organize dollar any VAT on residential customers electricity. The Ministry of Finance has noted the concerns of organized labor on the implementation of VAT on consumption of electricity by residential customers. Extensive dialogue will be held with organized labor and other key stakeholders in the coming weeks to ensure stakeholders buy in. The ministry therefore appealed to organized labor and all other stakeholders, including ECG and NEDCO, to exercise restraint to facilitate the constructive dialogue towards a quick resolution of the impasse. We know the progress the country is making in the implementation of the post-COVID-19 program for economic growth, including posting higher than programmed growth targets, declining inflation, improvement in fiscal and external positions, a more stable exchange rate, and the declining monetary policy rate. Government hereby reiterates its commitment to working with all stakeholders in order to sustain these gains and engender macroeconomic stability and inclusive growth. Organized labor for Kukapayo. Yeah.
Say there's supposed to be more dialogue. There's supposed to be more dialogue before. They're supposed to. Timu say we or some we didn't na money and sign and system implement. All my implementation date. You do more dialogue because kind of budget free nipa. Nipa na anti na ojia. So it will create a lot of problems. VAT, VAT also the better letters. Me, I'm not against taxes because I know how much I pay as tax. I'm not against it. But many people don't know NTS answer. Many people don't know NTS answer. The effect a bit more economy. You have gained a lot currently. But one here, wake up, it will erode almost everything. So me, it's not about its implementation as a point. Omunya but Renoma Ghana for NTS be bring also what the VAT, but we also about the 24-hour bar economy bar or betty. Let it the amount of 4 years, be able to years. You see, when we are making decisions, when we are making the crime, we can choose. When we are making decisions, in time like this, check about economic benefit and check about political benefit and nanti kwa meeting. So I'm here now kwa economic policy, economic benefits and kwa na ya ubenye ni na ba won tena ko nyanso no implement. And I mean kind of
Yeah.
Make economic sense. And pass you have to pay realistic whatever is it. And economic sense. You have to pay realistic, But one here, when election plan no implemented. In time like this, policies be on the balance will be on the they should weigh the political effect. They should weigh against economic effect. No more 19 million, 50 million. At a point in time, Papa Kura said what the electricity crash and go for. COVID time and more than crowd the entity do soon as if we have been they should find alternative.
101.3
Easy the one Nisa we tab almost saying Nancy and baby I'm say waste the eco waste more than 20% Munsan Casas Cano because amount for illegal and as you speak now all amount have plus of open meter they are come fee no more tia can the mama will be.
As a may me card ya me de to na me twa me ho twemo almost bi ni ho e be chance na me nya bi nyame adom na afi de ma hunu card no and I was asking myself me who card na what would be the means I just say okoho na wakoto the officer untimi nkwa no illegal connection akwato to where like carbon no aso light no
efficiency kwa mu hia pa me say o pass see akọ home offices na wa around the business amount for a pay meter obi esre dan wie okuta bibia meter o de ko say fa be bo ne ta
meter ho den card near the toilet no so ho abaye den say yira na say ya
no o say fa be bo ho ma me na me ntua sika mo mo fa nko ho it will pay low hanging fruit. It can nipa kakra na etua na de emfa vat nto so a de ne agigine nyina there be efficiency yentimi ntwe anya power na mo say almost 20% ayira
which I will recover say scanner you wouldn't need this VAT here abeda so ubenya sika na wo pe no
doesn't make any sense to you. Sorry for my language. Say will be per meter ubako has town bank no na say for that if you kakra nipa bebre single room sin ntoko esi ho nyina e meter ko be a per separate meter and will be 12 in dem akwa no 2 meter na kan so me de come na me buy this is support me once you pay for it. There's someone means be a smart meters na model ban e be do so bebre no motimi attract us any money nyina free on you are not doing those things easy way nkwa. I'm not against taxes because I'm a product of that. I'm not against it, but efficiency efficiency ni adwuma wo mo kakra na another one so no Ghana for TSC more the timing is not even right since say BIMF no maybe no so mo kan ka say higher Ghana
na be pesca from was in your way na me ma sika
me say ka mo say higher nyina na bosia bi wanka wo nye ba nya higher Ghana higher Ghana ye tiga hanya brutira ye tiga Ghana ni wo no enye ni nyina na ye be yituma higher adwuma Obiti abo tete ka so ase kwa ya so the VAT 100% beto electricity so ene ho anwan de so amanfo wo ha mu wia electricity ni free e de ko bebre mo ncheche wo mo na mo nyisa ne ma ne e free ho
Omo pay meter mo nya bia omo pay single meter pay na se for mo mane mbra na mo nton wo de wo pɛ kura nko mo mie shop se shop e to meter ka bo se baby anka line ha man for asam ko to bi ana rob de make am so wo bie supermarket say wo so meter supermarket wo bie say ha meter shop wo mi ko to bi na de ba e be ye na se na man for nje bi mfiri togo na se for ma na eliga na mo de ba be connect man ko for. Why have you made those things so scarce?